What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here. Republicans pass the details here of the big, beautiful bill here in the middle of the night. I'll give you the details here of what happened there. Also, the U.S. credit, the United States' credit gets downgraded. I'll give you the details here on how this may affect your money. We got a lot of major news here to cover in this video, and I'm going to give it all to you here in this video right now because we are live right now here on the YouTube It's Jimmy Show. Let me know if you can see and hear me. Type yes in the chat. Let me know where you're tuning in from. You can let me know your city, state, or even your country, as we have people tuning in here from all around the globe. Don't forget to hit that like button for me here, and if you haven't yet, subscribe down below so you don't miss out on future videos and help me reach 500,000 subscribers. You guys are amazing, and we're also getting very, very close to that here. If you haven't yet, tune in. Okay, so we have at least three major stories, major stories to cover here. Take a look here at our first one here today. Okay, first up, I know there's so many major stories going on here right now. Former President Biden diagnosed with aggressive form of cancer. Yeah, aggressive form of prostate cancer, his office says. Yeah, this is some serious news here. In fact, Joe Biden has a Gleason score of 9 for prostate cancer. Prostate cancer is the second leading cause of cancer death in men. What does this mean? Yeah, former President Joe Biden is now battling a, quote, aggressive form of prostate cancer. His office announced late last night, adding his condition is characterized by a Gleason score of 9. Yeah, and his office also added that this has metastasized to the bone, which is not good. Biden's cancer diagnosis comes from a small nodule that was found in the former president's prostate after a routine physical exam that came on Tuesday. The discovery of the nodule necessitated further evaluation, his spokesperson said at the time. In February 2023, the now 82-year-old former president, by the way, Trump will be 79 here in June, for comparison. Biden had a lesion removed from his chest that was cancerous, according to the White House physician. Additionally, before entering office, Biden has several non-melanoma skin cancers removed with Mohs surgery. My wife actually had some small patch of skin cancer removed from her leg as well. I think it's just from sun exposure. As the world reacts to Biden's medicinal news, ABC News has broken down what his condition means and what possible treatments can be done. Over 300,000 new cases of prostate cancer will be diagnosed this year, 15% of all new cancer cases, and over 35,000 deaths from prostate cancer will happen every year, representing almost 6%, according to the agency. The Gleason score is a grading system that usually ranges from 6 to 10. Biden's diagnosis of a Gleason score of 9 indicates that his cancer is very aggressive. So you guys can let me know your thoughts on this, and of course, we wish him well. The United States just got a credit downgrade here today. That's right. So you know how you have a personal credit score? The United States has a credit score, and it just got downgraded here today. That's right. Look at this look at this headline. What Moody's downgrade of the U.S.'s credit rating means for your money. Moody's downgrade could push up borrowing costs for consumers. From credit cards to mortgage rates and auto loans, here's a look at how your wallet is impacted. Some more headlines. Wall Street stocks mostly flat with sentiment weakened by Moody's downgrade. Stocks, bonds on the dollar drift after latest downgrade to the U.S.'s government credit rating. Moody's decision to downgrade the U.S. credit rating may have consequences for your money. The debt downgrade put immediate pressure on bond prices, sending yields higher on Monday morning. The 30-year U.S. bond yield traded above 5%, and the 10-year yield topped 4.5%, hitting key levels at a time when the U.S. economy is already showing signs of strain for President Donald Trump's unfolding tariff policy. Bond prices and yields moved inversely. Treasury bonds influence rates for a wide range of consumer loans, like 30-year fixed mortgages, and to some extent also affect products including auto loans and credit cards. That's right. Quote, "It's really hard to avoid the impact on consumers," said Brian Relling, head of Global Fixed Income Strategy at Wells Fargo Investment Institute. This comes after Moody's lowered the United States credit rating. So even the United States is struggling with their credit rating. Does that make you feel a little bit better? Yeah. So in doing so, it cited the increased burden of the federal government's budget deficit after Republicans' attempts to make President Donald Trump's 2017 tax cuts permanent as part of the reconciliation package's threats to increase the federal debt by trillions of dollars. Quote, "When our credit ratings goes down, the expectation is that costs of borrowing will increase. That's because when a country represents a bigger credit risk, the creditors will demand to be compensated with higher interest rates." Yeah, and downgrades can raise borrowing costs over time. This also comes here as Republicans advanced and passed Trump's, quote, "big, beautiful bill" in an unusual late night vote overnight. Here are the details on what happened. Take a look here. This comes after I think it was just the day before they had a vote that did not pass, as some Republicans were not happy with the details of the bill. Republicans' deficit hawks now allowed Trump's bill of legislative priorities to advance out of the House Budget Committee in an unusual late-night vote Sunday, marking a key legislative hurdle cleared for House Republican GOP leaders and a sign of progress for warring Republican factions. After gaveling in after 10 p.m. Sunday, the House committee voted 17-16 and passed this committee vote by one vote to now advance the One Big Beautiful Act. That's right, that's the actual name of the bill. The One Big Beautiful Bill, the One Big Beautiful Bill Act, which will extend Trump tax cuts and boost his border funding priorities while reforming Medicaid and food assistance programs, which both largely have a lot of cuts. If you've seen my previous video, I'll link you to that here in a moment for more details on that. The four Republican holdouts who tanked the previous vote on Friday, that was a few days ago actually, Representatives Ralph Norman, Chip Roy, Andrew Seikel, and Josh Burchine now voted present to allow the bill to go forward, with Roy revealing that there was progress on moving up the start date for new Medicaid work requirements. Note that, Medicaid work requirements, and speeding up the phase-out of green energy incentives. In a sign of the high-stakes nature of the votes, the Speaker, as well as White House Legislative Affairs Director James Braid, made appearances off a room to the side of a late-night budget committee affair. Speaker Mike Johnson, Republicans, said they're counting the vote as a big win tonight. There's a lot more work to do. We've acknowledged that towards the end, there will be more details to iron out. We have several more to take care of, but I'm looking forward to thoughtful discussions, very productive discussions over the next few days, and I'm absolutely convinced that we're going to get this in final form and pass it in accordance with our original deadline, and that was to do it before Memorial Day. So this will be a victory out of committee tonight, and everybody will make a vote that allows us to proceed, and that was my big request tonight. The next stop is the House Rules Committee, which is set to take up the legislation later this week and make last-minute changes to the bill to reflect any compromises and demands between deficit hawks and moderates in high-tax states. Deficit hawks wants more cuts, a lot to Medicaid. Chip Royce said that while he voted present out of respect for the Republican conference and the president, the bill does not yet meet his demands for the moment. He said the revamped measure would, quote, move Medicaid work requirements forward and reduces the availability of future subsidies under the Green New Scam. But in a statement on the Social X platform, he objected to provisions around green energy tax credits and Medicaid. He wrote, alluding that he wants even more controversial Medicaid reforms, such as reining in the provider tax mechanism that allows states to extract more federal Medicaid matching dollars. He said, quote, we've been downgraded 3 times now, talking about the U.S. credit rating, meaning that we just can't keep giving out free money, is basically what he's talking about. We have problems with the money in this country, the debt. The FMAP's got to be dealt with, he said, referencing the share of Medicaid paid for by the federal government. They claim new Medicaid work requirements on able-bodied single adults and repeal of green energy incentives do not kick in soon enough, causing them to worry that the savings that are backloaded on the overall 10-year cost of the package will not actually be realized. So I'll keep you up to date on all these changes. They passed this out of committee, and there's still, each committee has to pass their vote, and then they put all the committee bills together into one big bill, and then it goes to the final vote in the House and the Senate, and you've seen they're trying to pass this by Memorial Day, so we're getting very, very close, and then we'll have the final bill put together, and then we'll see what all comes of it. So make sure you subscribe to me here. If you're watching me on another platform, make sure you subscribe to me on the YouTube It's Jimmy Show. And I'll keep you up to date here on all this big details here and everything news-wise that you need to know about on a daily basis. So make sure to share this video with anybody that needs to hear this information. And follow me here, and I'll keep you up to date. Click here to see more changes that they just made in this bill that has going to affect millions of Americans. Also, click here to see major Social Security changes that just happened here as well. Thanks.